bearing in mind that herO did just bring down MaxMax in the previous semifinals match, so herO did take down MaxMax 2-0 with a very aggressive and very assertive style. Like herO, he had no chill. He had no chill in that previous series, and MaxMax had a harder time keeping up with him. We'll see how these two, how our new Protoss challenger compares. As spawning in the top left-hand corner of Mothership, we have the South Korean Protoss player. We have the red Protoss representing T1. It is herO. And spawning in the top right hand corner, we have his opponents. We have the South Korean Terran player. We have the blue Terran representing Team Liquid. It is Kior. Oh, let's go. And I feel like this is just a really prime example of the difference between herO and MaxMax, right? Where MaxMax, he's a lot more standard. He's a lot more kind of structured in his play. He's a lot more structured. He doesn't really have as much leeway when it comes to his builds of choice. We mentioned at the time, he's not really one to go like Stargate, proxy Stargate into Oracle, for example, or go into early charge-based builds. Like MaxMax, he's a lot more rigid when it comes to his playstyle. herO, he's anything but. He's very fluid, sometimes too fluid. Something for sure. I feel like even the last series was an example of that, where herO, he often does kind of like go with the flow, and at times can be very chaotic, and at times he can fall on its face, or it can excel, right? Like herO, he has a lot of variance, I would say, when it comes to his play, when it comes to his builds. But here we go, opening a proxy 2-gate, and he gambled. He scouts correctly. He scouts herO. Remember, there are 3 possible spawn locations. herO, for all he knows, herO could have been on the south side instead, but does find herO immediately. herO is going to be opening up double gas. This is a really safe way to open up double gas into a faster factory. So herO, he's looking pretty solid so far. If herO was going for a faster command center or a faster economy, I'd be concerned. But again, the factory is already on the way. Fully walls up here on the high ground. Zealots are being produced, and we'll see if herO can overwhelm. Now remember, it's going to be proxy zealots, the cyber core is on the way, there's going to be stalkers reinforcing to eventually break through that wall. It's going to be on herO to recognize what's going on. So far, herO, he hasn't seen anything. Reaper does move out, and the Reaper will actually scout immediately. Okay. Oh, herO, I mean, he spots the zealots, he knows. Yeah, he spots the zealots, there's no reason for them to be here. He's fully aware of the proxy 2-gate. He's fully aware. And the bunker is on the way already. So far, a strong response out of herO. Likewise, he could have gone for a Hellion here, but he's going for the early attack lab into Cyclone. So herO just has to buy time. He has to buy time for the Cyclone. Stalker has arrived, going to be zoning away the Reapers. The bunker will finish. herO, he chose not to focus on the building SCV, and the bunker will complete, and herO holds. herO, he holds onto the main base. So far, this build has not been worth it for herO. You could argue that he's delaying the expansion, true, but he also delayed his own Nexus to do this. So herO, he still needs more damage, and he will lose a Zealot. Zealot goes down. Prepare on the depot. herO, he's looking for herO. He does not find him. A little bit unfortunate. But with the arrival of the Cyclone, again, herO's fine. herO, he's perfectly fine. Zones back herO. There's a recall back home. herO, he knows that the Reapers are missing. As herO is making his way over. Nice positioning here by herO. Ooh, getting one of the Reapers. Does get one. And we'll see if herO goes for Vikings behind this. We'll see if he goes into a into a 2-base all-in. Oh, as both Reapers get caught out. herO, he fails to scout the main base. He doesn't see the tech. It is going to be a Stargate follow-up here by herO. Very interesting. Now, with the Stargate, he can go into Oracles. He can do economic damage or deal economic damage across the map. Otherwise, he could open up Phoenixes and try to gain map control with Mass Phoenix instead. herO has options. herO, he does have options. herO, he threatens a dive. Tank is revealed. Cyclone does take a lot of hits. Ooh. Taking a lot of damage. Do you have extra axes behind this? And again, Curie's not fully aware as to what the follow-up is going to be. Oh, we have confirmation that here he's still teching, actually. So Stargates into Phoenix, into Twilight Council, into Charge, I would imagine. You don't often go Blink and Phoenixes at the same time. Typically, it's one or the other. Typically. As Curie does slip by, okay. Slips by the main army. He does avoid the Phoenixes. Slipping into the main. There's that charge follow-up as we had suspected. And here, does he have a recall? He does have a recall at the natural. Not in the main, though. And here he races back home. Drop gets in. And Curie's going for economic damage. He does get probes. 1-2 probe kills so far, not bad. But it's going to be a one-way trip. It's going to be one way. Lock on the Phoenix. Lock on is broken. Oh my god. Still a shaky trade here for herO, losing 2 pieces. Massive losses for herO. The army finally gets home. But again, this is a messy defense. Very messy. Oh my god, losing even more probes. And with that, herO, he will lose 5 probes. 5 probes in total go down, losing 2 Phoenix as well, and Zealots, and also forcing everything back home, and denying mining time. So much damage dealt by that drop, that was well worth it for herO. Well worth it. Back at home, he's building up his tanks, building up his bio. Again, that drop should never have gotten across the map. The Phoenixes were out of position, and once again, despite having Phoenixes, herO does not have air control. He does not have map control. He doesn't have it. Raven moves in. With early charge, ideally herO wants to break the natural, but there's no breaking this. There's a full wall here at the natural base. Curie's fine. Curie's perfectly fine. More auto turrets into the main. Catching up more probes. From here we are building up. We're building up. CranKy is ahead. CranKy has a very comfortable lead here, being able to secure his 2 bases, shut down, deal economic damage. The Stargate Phoenix opener wasn't worth it. In the end, this really hurt herO more than anything because it delayed tech. It delayed the Twilight Council, delayed charge, or what would have been blink. It delayed everything else. CranKy has a massive army to work with. And without splash damage, I don't see herO stopping this. Splash damage or blink stalkers, he has neither. Storm is on the way. And CranKy should not stop. He should just keep on pushing. But now the gate was buying time. Storm is getting up to halfway done. And again, there's a window in time here where CranKy can push and break herO pre-storm. So we got 3 tanks. Hefty amount of bio. Stim is done. Combat shields as well. We go for the feedback. Remember, there's no storm. And we just stim in. Yeah, we can just say, oh, the friendly fire. Okay. Attempted friendly fire at a herO. I mean, that could have been a way to hold on. Storm is done in 6 seconds. There's going to be 1 storm. Yeah, tank shots going off, zoning back the army. Storm is done. But mainly Marauder. Yeah, mainly Marauder here. CranKy breaks on through. He breaks through the main army, breaks through the defensive line, takes down the High Templar, the Archons, the everything. GG gets called, and CranKy takes game number 1. GG. Whew. GG, well played. herO takes the lead in the series. Again, a very aggressive and very chaotic build here from herO, which is what we expect out of herO, but it was not worth it. It was not worth it. Running it back from the very beginning, when it comes to this proxy 2-gate build, ideally you want to punish a greedy Terran player. And it's very common for Terran players to be greedy on Mothership. It's a large map. It's a large map. It's a macro map. So herO, he was gambling early on, hoping for a single gas opener and a low ground CC. The purpose of that build from herO is to force a cancel on that CC. But there was no command center. It was a double gas opener, which means a faster factory, faster cyclone, earlier defense from herO. Blindly as well. It was just a blind defensive build from herO. He shuts down the aggression of herO. On top of that, herO, he followed it up with a Phoenix opener. He followed it up with Stargate into mass Phoenixes, and he failed to gain map control. The purpose of all those Phoenixes is to contain the Terran. It's to stop drop play. It's to stop Ravens, stop Banshees, stop any kind of move out. And he failed to stop the move out. He failed to stop the drop, and that also just crippled herO. GG. GG, well played. With that, we're getting into game number 2. Going to be loading into 10,000 feet. Let's go. Let us go. And again, we'll see how our players do adjust here. Bearing in mind that I also try to emphasize that a lot of the last game just came down to the builds. A lot of it just came down to the builds, came down to the initial tech choices of our players, and that was unique to Mothership. We should be seeing something very different coming into game 2, 3, 4, and potentially game 5. And let's go. Let's go. Spawning in the top left-hand corner of 10,000 feet, we have the South Korean Protoss player. We have the red Protoss down in the series. We'll see if he can bounce back. Representing T1, it is herO. And spawning in the bottom right-hand corner, we have his opponents. We have the South Korean Terran player, the blue Terran representing Team Liquid. It is a herO. Let's go. Let us go. We come from one of the larger maps in the map pool, which is Mothership, into one of the smaller maps, into 10,000 feet instead. Again, a very small map of the map pool, and this makes more sense. Double gas open out of herO, 2 games in a row, but this does make more sense on a smaller map. herO, he's going for a more tech-heavy start, and this time herO will confirm. He pokes up the ramp, does spot the gases, and now is fully aware. Fully aware of the build, fully aware of the faster factory. Oh, okay, going for a 2-gate opener here. Very aggressive out of herO. Now, this is almost just like last game. Now, imagine last game, except remember, last game it was a proxy 2-gate. This time, the 2-gate is back at home. But welcome to 10,000 feet. 10,000 feet has the shortest rush distance by ground out of any map in the map pool. So again, very small map, short rush distance, so you can rush across the map as quickly as possible. Again, this is a very aggressive start from herO, and he has to get damage with this, otherwise he will fall behind, as this was a big investment early on. With this, he can start making pairings of adepts and go to 2, 4, 6 adepts. He opted not to make the initial zealots, waiting for the cybercore instead. And here we go, adepts are on the way. So again, the pressure's on herO to get economic damage. I believe the goal here should be to delay the CC, assuming that the command center is made on the low ground. So very aggressive start from herO. herO does poke in, spots the expansion, and does spot the Nexus. Is aware of the timing. And high ground CC. Wow. So herO scouts, he confirms that the expansion is later than usual. Gets a CC on the high ground, and herO is very safe. And these eps from herO, there's now less of a chance they get damage done. Not saying that they won't, but the likelihood is now much lower. So he's not stopping, he's getting up to 6. Oh boy. So we're sending out all the adepts. We got 6 adepts on the way. Pressure's on herO. Matchup going off, killing 1 adept already. So down to 5. And we just shuffle the... we can just shuffle the mines. Don't face check, no! He checks with the face. Oh my god, takes it to the face as well. 2 adepts go down, there's 4 left. Oh boy. As Widow Mines are about to reset. Behind this, going for the Stargate. Again, there's a lot of pressure on herO. This time herO can bait out the mine shots. It's mistimed. Yeah, it's mistimed. herO, we gotta lock in. Mistimes the adept Shay, losing 3 adepts already for nothing. Oh no, he's gonna lose all 4. He's gonna lose all 4 adepts. There's 2 left. We can just pick up. We can just pick up. 0 damage sustained here for herO. Ay, ay, ay. And this is a very rough start for herO. Again, the entire purpose of this build was to go into 6 adepts and to harass across the map and to deal economic damage to contain the Terran. But already he loses 4 adepts for nothing. Oh god. Now behind this, going to Phoenixes. Phoenixes are amassing to hunt down the medevac. herO commits into the mineral line. Phoenix is revealed. And the Water Mine should be lifted. Jesus, just in time. The Phoenix is going to be focused down though. The mine. The mine is barely focused down. Nice defense here by herO. They get a very clutch defense. The Cyclone comes from behind, takes down the Phoenix. Ay, 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 no shot. Barely unloads. Cyclone pulls away. I get a very chaotic drop here from herO, but he gets the most out of it. Takes down 2 probes. Takes down the Phoenix. Now, there is comeback potential here for herO. herO, he's also committing himself. He's committing into Cloak Banshee. Now, up against Phoenixes, it is going to be difficult for the Banshees to get across the map and to find damage unscouted. It's going to be difficult. herO, he has yet to scout the main. If he does, he will see the research. And he pokes in, he confirms. Yeah, he confirms the research on the tech lab. He knows. Behind this, we should be seeing an Oracle. Robo's still on the way. Yep, here comes the Oracle for detection. So nice scouting, nice reaction out of herO. Banshee does hit the natural though, and there's no detection currently. No shot. The Oracle's still on the way. Yeah, 0 detection. Probes are going down, getting up to 5, getting up to 6 probe kills. Ay, ay, ay. Yeah, again, the scout was too late. The reaction was too late. There's the revelation. That's still going to be 10 probes going down. And this Banshee has more than paid for itself. 11 probes. 12. Yeah, 12 probe kills, crazy damage. And herO, he's stumbling into the game here. Stumbling into the mid game. herO's ahead, of course. herO, he's ahead economically. He's up in production, up in army, up in tech. He's looking solid. I wouldn't have blamed him to go for a 2 base all in, but he's going for a 3rd CC. herO's looking very comfortable. As eventually finds 2 more probes. Was that 14 kills in total? See, chat, that's why I made 2 extra. True. It's the Avex. I think that's in reference to the adepts going down. That's why he kept making adepts. He knew he was going to lose them. True, baby, true. Also, good morning and get some sleep. Get some rest, baby. Get some rest. If you're out there and if you're in the Americas and if you're watching live right now, then get some rest, baby. Aye, aye, aye. But thank you so much as well. Thank you so much. The passion is real. Es the Avex. Take care, baby. Take care. As Phoenix, they come in from behind. They do get some SCVs, but herO just commits. He just commits across the map. Now, back at home, because of the Stargate and because of the Phoenix production, charge is not done. There is no charge. There is no Twilight Council upgrade, but there are some defensive immortals. True. There are how many? There are 2. There are 2 immortals back at home. That's going to be 9 SCVs going down. Phoenixes, they race back home as well. And the Phoenix, they can lift the tank. They can try. He's within range. The 3rd base is going to be denied. Massive pickoff. Denies the 3rd base. herO, he got what he wanted. Stim is done. As he stims into the natural. Tank is exposed. And he gets into the middle line. Immortal goes down. The tank will fall. And herO just commits in. He just sends it. He just sends it into the natural. herO out of position. Getting 6 probe kills and going further in. Going for Storm. No shot. Storm. Storm is going to be denied. Massive pickup. Ay, ay, ay. Yeah, there's no Storm. There's no splash damage. Again, the hallucination is fake. Immortal goes down. And Curie just snowballs out of control. He snowballs out of control. GG gets called, and Cure, he will take a 2-0 lead in the series. GG. Whew. GG, well played. Aye, aye, aye. Cure, he does cement his lead here. Again, winding it back, herO, he committed into an aggressive opener. Very, very aggressive opener, opening up 6 Adept. And what happened? He killed nothing and he lost 4. It was a brutal start. It was a brutal start there for herO. And remember, behind that, he then followed up with the Stargate into Phoenix production. He failed to scout, or I should say, he did scout the Banshee follow-up, but too late. Too little, too late. Remember, when he saw the Banshee, he instantly reacted with his own Oracle, and it was halfway done, but the Banshee had already gone across the map. Again, that's just how late the scout was. Banshee was already in the bases. 14 probes went down. That was game-ending damage. GG. GG, well played. As Q moved out, and herO could not stop him. Not after how brutal the early game was. It just really brutal early game. Both in game 1 and game 2, actually. Both game 1 and game 2, Cure, he has taken a massive lead in the early game. We got to tighten up that. We got to calm down. Maybe that's a better way of putting it. Both game 1 and game 2, herO has opened up hyper aggressive, and the aggression has not paid off. He's been falling behind as a result. We got to calm down. Calm down, calm down. As spawning in the bottom right hand corner. Bottom right hand corner. My eyes are on this probe, by the way. God damn it. In the bottom right hand corner of Winter Madness, we have the South Korean Protoss player. We have the red Protoss representing T1. It is herO. Okay, probe scout. Thank God. That was very early probe scout. That was before the pylon, by the way. In the top left-hand corner, we have his opponent. Hero's paranoid about proxy. We have his opponent. We have the South Korean Terran player. We have the blue Terran representing Team Liquid. It is Cure. Let's go. Let us go. But again, a very early probe scout out of herO. Again, it was a probe across the map almost at the start of the game, before the first pylon as well. So very paranoid play out of herO. And technically, this means that Cure has a slight lead early on, just because of the inefficiency here of the scouts, just because it means that there was one worker that wasn't mining a little bit longer than usual. As herO confirms the double gas opener. And again, I don't blame herO for scouting early, especially because Cure is up 2-0. There's a high chance that Cure would just proxy 2 racks. Very, very high chance. He's done it before. I'm still thinking about I Am Katowice 2024. It's still rent-free in my mind. Forever. For those who remember, that was in the, I think it was in the quarterfinals where Cure, he proxy 2 racks, Marauder rushed herO, and he knocked him out of the tournament. That was on Golden Aura, I think? No, it wasn't Golden Aura. It was Golden something. Hold on, what was Golden Aura? No, yeah, no, it was on Golden Aura. There we go. For now, though, double gas. Double gas opener 3 games in a row, going for the faster factory. Once again, a bit of a safer start out of Cure. Meanwhile, herO, for the first time this series, going for a standard opener. Just a gate cyber expand out of herO. Standard opener for the first time. Do we begin the comeback? Potentially. Potentially. Just catching with the shout. Yo, big shout out to Luis GGG. Gracias, gracias. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for the raid. Hope you had a great stream. Hope you had a great ladder session. Hope you had a great time. Thank you. Thank you so much. Do appreciate it. Catching with the shot. Taking a map. I'm locked in. I just woke up though. Oh no. Oh wait, I have therapy today. Get some rest, Avex. Get some rest. Oh no. Set your alarm. Look after yourself, Pack. Look after yourself. But also good to see you, and I wish you the best. I'm assuming that you're going to be submitting some maps for the TLMC. I'm making the assumption. So best of luck for the upcoming Team Liquid map contest. As Reaper Hellion does poke in. Yeah, pokes into the mineral line and getting 1 probe kill so far. Oh, never mind. I spoke. There we go. 1 probe does go down. And we try to go for the scouts. We dive in for the scout here. First Reaper does fall. It gets further behind the mineral line. No tech yet. And we might get an extra probe kill. Denies some mining time and does get 1 more probe. 2 in total. 2 probes go down. It's some damage. Likewise, did scout the tech and did confirm the blink that's on the way. There's one gateway at the natural, there's one gateway in the main. It's going to be 2-gate blink into a third economic build out of herO. I appreciate this. I appreciate the breath of fresh air after game 1 and game 2 where herO was hyper aggressive. Here we're just chilling, we're just expanding, we're just macroing up. Appreciate it. So again, 2-gate blink to the third. This is one of the most economic builds you can go for in TvP. Water Angel gets called out. It's a very nice catch. herO, oh my god. He shuts down the medevac. He tries to bait out the mine shots. herO, he's locked in. He's playing StarCraft. Let's go. Let's go. See, herO, he just had to get all the aggression out of his system. He just, he was just all pent up. He had to let it out. And now we can play some StarCraft. True, true. Catching up the mines. Catching up the medevac. 0 damage being dealt. And back at home, we do have herO going towards his own 3-1-1 follow-up here. But so far, this has been the best early game that herO has had the entire series, to be honest. It's been the cleanest early game. Did lose a couple of probes back at home. I believe that was to... Was that Raven Harass? No, not quite. Raven's still on the way. But a couple of workers that go down. But remember, herO is going for a fast third, so we can sustain some economic losses. Can sustain it. So yeah, probably. I haven't decided. I can still technically swap to judge, but I'll probably submit. Regardless of whether you decide to judge or submit, best of luck, baby. Best of luck. Ah. So now we are building up. We do have herO going for a blink, followed by charge into Colossus as a splash damage of choice. Okay. Again, we're macroing. Like, we have yet to experience a macro game between these two. Like, it's like, it just hasn't happened. Also, the aesthetic SimCity here. We got a full wall out of herO. Very nice. Ensuring that any kind of blink stalker aggression would be denied. Clean SimCity here out of herO. Ay, ay, ay. There are TCs on the way. Again, we're getting to the mid game. So the game is slowing down. We're calming down. We're building up. When it comes to Winter Madness is known for longer and later games. It's one of the larger maps in the map pool. Raven Harass across the map. It does get a couple of probe kills. Oh, 4 probes in total. Raven barely gets away. Oh no! The Raven! No! Oh, Raven does fall. Nice pick up here. Nice pick up at a herO. Nice pick up. Secure is being active. So being active, he's moving out. Trying to catch any stray stalkers. There's only one. The Prism. Oh no! The Prism! He's not paying attention! Massive pick off. The Prism goes down as herO. He was inattentive. Ay, ay, ay. Yeah, did react a couple of seconds too late. Massive pick off here for herO. Without that Prism, he doesn't have to stay at home. Yeah, there's no reason to keep any supply back at home. The Prism is going down. herO, he commits across the map. herO's in trouble. He's in danger. herO, he has 1 Colossus. He has 1 Colossus back at home. Meanwhile, herO, his goal here is to lay siege upon either the 4th base or the 3rd. Stalkers, they catch medevacs. Massive pickoffs here. Getting 1, getting 2. 2 medevacs go down. Very nicely done. We're getting messy. Tanks do siege. Not many zealots. Yeah, there's not many chargelets here. Stalkers, they're being zoned away. Tanks are within range of the 3rd, and the 3rd Nexus is going to go down. Yeah, the base does fall. Massive pickoff. From here, herO can either keep pushing in or can head towards the 4th base. We're coming for the surround. He blinks. He does go for the dive. Tanks will fall, and herO, he will clean this up, but at a cost. Yeah, at a cost here. It's going to be 9 probe kills. Most of the charge lots, the expansion itself. Even here, picking up stalkers in the retreat. Does catch a couple of stalkers. Here he pulls out, pulls away. Again, picking up another stalker. Another double drop here towards the natural. herO's out of position. Does he have a recall? He does. Okay, there's a recall. Recall is available. Drop is getting in. How many probe kills are we going to find? No, he just chronoed. No, he just chronoed the robo. No recall. herO commits. We're going for the base trade. Yeah, the natural's forfeit. The robo is being focused down, and the Colossus will not pop out. Just oh, no, it barely does. Barely pops. We're committing. herO, can he do this? Oh my god, catching out what, 11 SCVs. herO forcing his way in. Gets a Marauder. Marauder goes down. Drop is still being active. We're getting very messy. herO's down to 39 probes, but thankfully he does have a backup fourth base, so he does have some economy. Does have an economy. Drop into the main. Catching on more probes. Nice damage. Yeah, 6 more probes going down. It's going to be a one-way trip. This time the Mercs start falling. Oof. It does not get out. He has a better economy, but when it comes to the army here, we're up to now 3 Colossus. Yeah, 3 Colossi for herO. Here he's rallying with everything he has. Sending everything across the map. And I'm not so sure that herO can expand. It's going to be close. It's going to be close. herO is still reinforcing. Colossus getting low. He's going to lose 1. He's too soon. Yeah, he's too soon. Losing 1, losing 2, losing all 3. He attacked with only 2 of the Colossus, and here he will lose everything. He'll lose all 3 Colossi, but the Stalker army does break through. We're getting messy. Getting very messy here. The Vikings, they land. They punish the Stalkers. Boys are being pulled. herO getting desperate. Oh god, a very messy defense. And here he's killing everything. He's just killing all the SCVs. That's going to be 20 SCVs going down, diving on the Vikings. And we have a series, Pat. We have a series. We have a back and forth. It's still very messy. Very messy. But with Zealot reinforcements, herO's done it. Like, herO, he overwhelms the army, breaks through the reinforcements, gets on top of the medevacs. And herO does have enough to break through the bunker. And the bunker falls. herO's doing it. It's not going to be 3 games, Pat. Let's go. As again, here he's reinforcing from back at home. There's no proxy pylon or warp prism, so reinforcements take a long time to arrive for herO. But GG gets called, and herO does put a point on the board. GG. Whew. GG, well played. herO, he does fight back. Again, a very intense game though. Very intense, very back and forth. herO, he was successful when it came to his push. He was able to break the expansion. He was able to break the economy as well. But in the end, because of the lack of recall, fun fact, herO was forced to base trade. He was forced to base trade. He committed across the map. We ended up in a really awkward position where sure, herO, he was killing some workers. He was getting economic damage done, but he barely didn't have enough back at home to defend. He was sustaining so many losses with his SCVs. He was being denied the 3rd base as well. And herO was unable to stabilize. Just barely. GG. GG, well played. Whew, as we are getting into game number 4. I'm going to be loading into Ruby Rock. Another one of these smaller maps. Okay. And spawning in the top left-hand corner of Ruby Rock, we have the South Korean Protoss player. We have the red Protoss representing T1, putting a point on the board and looking to make a series out of this. Can he force the ace match? It is herO. And spawning in the bottom right-hand corner, we have his opponents. We have the South Korean Terran player. We have the blue Terran representing Team Liquid. It is herO. Still 1 game away from claiming the series. Una más, baby. Una más. Here we go. As every game so far in the series, herO has been going for double gas openers. Once again, we have a very fast scout out of herO, just ensuring that there is no proxy. Don't blame him. Do not blame him. Does move out, does check, does scout. Once again, confirming double gas. Every game so far. Double gas into a faster factory, into a more tech-heavy start. It does make more sense, though, on Ruby Rock. Welcome to Ruby Rock. This is one of the smaller maps. The map pool aggression is favored here. And we'll see how aggressive our players plan on being. The one game that herO won, we actually had a more standard economic opener. He wants that SCV. Jesus. Calm down. That probe does threaten the workers. Threatens the SCVs. And from here we are just building up. And we have seen herO mix up his builds here, going into Reaper Hellion, going to early Cyclone, going into Widowmine drop follow-ups as well, going to Cloak Banshee. Keep an eye on herO. Likewise, on a smaller map, especially because of the size of the map itself, I wouldn't be surprised if herO does mix in an early charge-based build. Especially if you believe your opponent's going to be more aggressive. That is going to be an option here for herO. So now we're settling in. CC is going to be on the low ground. We have our Tech Lab and Add-on swap here from herO. So no commitment into Reaper Hellion. It's only going to be a singular Reaper. So singular Reaper into Cyclone instead. Is being deflected. We do have extra gateways being thrown down, so we have a Twilight Council take-up choice, a gateway here at the natural, and one gateway in the main. So far, it looks like 2-gate blink out of herO. Last game, we saw 2-gate blink into a fast third base, but that makes sense on a larger map. Here, herO throws down another gateway, playing it safe. So 2-gate blink, safer build out of herO. We'll see if he throws down a Robo as well. This blink is on the way. And again, herO is aware of at least the Twilight Council. So we're the Twilight Council behind this, going for his own Widowmine drop. Widowmines are amassing. Last game here, he had an impressive display of defense against the Widowmines, against the Medivacs. Again, here he was popping up. It was crazy. Adept is caught out. herO does expand. I believe this is a third base before the Robo, so this is a bit of a middle-of-the-road build. I wouldn't say this is overly safe, but it isn't overly greedy. It's maybe a little bit more on the greedy side just because we are expanding without the Robo. So lack of detection, no ability to make defensive immortals. And this is a little bit greedier here. So Hydro comes in. Oh. Getting 2 pro kills so far. Can we get 3? Oh, the retargeting gets a Stalker. Not bad. 2 probes and a Stalker. A nice trade here for herO, especially considering he does save one of the mines. The Medivac as well. Does save them. Does keep the drop hidden. herO behind this, rushing into Stim. Going for Raven Harass as well. No Banshees, not this time. And herO doesn't really have the potential to push into any of these bases. He has no high ground vision. Remember, he has no Robo. Oh! So Mind Drop is back. Once again, still gets away, gets another probe. Another probe pulls out. So because they do pick up the Marines. Catching out 3 Marines so far. This time, not going for Colossus. We're going to be following up with Storm. So Temple Archives into Storm. As that Medivac can still threaten the bases. Here you can get back in. So outside of that, we're still just kind of building up in 3 bases. Storm has now begun. From the side of Cure, we should soon be seeing a 3rd command center. Oh, speaking of, hello SCV. Cure, he has the money for it. Oh, never mind. There's CC on the low ground, but regardless, 3rd base is on the way. So 3rd CC is on the way. Cure building up into the mid game. Throwing down Maxes instead. And Cure does slip out. I believe ideally he wants to catch out these Stalkers. He wants to move out, force a blink, and then stim in from behind. We'll see if he can try to ferry herO over towards the left-hand side. Can he force that blink? Oh, he does push him into the center. There's a blink. He sims in, and he does catch 1, does catch maybe 2 Stalkers. Does he get 3? Yeah, 1, 2, 3 Stalkers getting caught out. Oh, barely just 2. Regardless, nice catch for Cure. Yeah, nice catch. Cure's not being active. Remember, Storm is done. That's a lot of High Templar. Jesus, that's 5 High Templar. It's a lot of Storms. Speaking of, the Storm zone away. They mainly zone for now. Tank attempts a siege. Decent spread here from Cure. And he takes control of the ramp. Yeah, takes over the ramp, zones away the Protoss. herO does not have many Storms remaining. Actually, he's down to 1. Uh-oh. Yeah, only 1 Storm left. Again, here he was a little bit too cavalier with his Storms earlier. There's the NG overcharge. Okay, he's got 2. Getting up to 2. Nice kiting. Tank does fall. No more Zealots. Oh my god, massive Storm. Okay, we're fine. We're fine in the end here. Curie does take the Storm to the face. herO does hold. And Curie has to get the hell out of there. Has to pull back. So we have it back and forth. Oh, cashing out a medevac. Behind this here, he survives. Now he can expand, get a 4th base, and take up into Colossus. So the base on the way for Colossus. At the same time, Cure establishes his 3rd base, building up into Ghosts and into Vikings. herO wants to push in, though. He has 2 High Templar. So 2 Storms left. Curie's going to be careful. There's a first Storm and no major connections. Yeah, a bit of a waste there. Here he has to back off. Curie, he holds, he defends. Now we're building up in towards the mid game. Coming into the mid game here, I do favor Curie's position. One of the big factors is that herO's 4th is late. It's a very late 4th base for herO. So that is a concern. Does that position though? Here come the Storms. Oh my god, the EMP though. Yeah, catching out 3 High Templar. We have more Storms coming in. Does he land the EMP? Nice feedback. And nice feedback on the Ghosts. Another Storm lands. Jeez, the army is deep in the red. And there's still 1 Storm left. Oof. Yeah, catching out the Marines. But with that here, he's out of Storms. He has to get the hell out of here. He overextends. Big overextension. Archons are going down. High Templar are going down. And here he cannot get out of here. Yeah, he cannot escape. He can escape with the Stalkers, but what about the Immortal? The Immortal is going to fall as well. Massive losses for herO. Charge also coming from behind. Good punish. Catching out Ghosts, catching out Marauders. We have it back and forth. Yeah, we have it back and forth. We're getting messy. Colossus, we're just rallying everything. Let's go. Cuidado. Be careful. Oh. EMP lands. He wants a Colossus. He wants him. Oh my god. He wants the Colossus. Doesn't quite get it though. High Templar, they're coming to reinforce. They don't have a Storm. There's soon to be 1. Yeah, we have 1 Storm. Sorry, now 2, now 3. 3 Storms available. Curie's here overextending. Does get a Colossus. Oh, barely not. Oh my god. It's on 1 HP. The 1 HP Colossus. herO. He gets away with it. He's crazy. 1 HP, man. Here he does hold on, takes over the ramp. Cure has to back off. Behind this, no Vikings. Uh-oh. Yeah, no Vikings remaining here. Does scan the army. Storms, they do lead the charge. There's 3 more High Templar with the army, now up to 3 Colossus. Ay, ay, ay. And with 3 Colossi, this might just be too much. That's a lot of lasers. Armor shard goes off. Nice connection. And nice shred of the armor. That was the final storm. Cure getting on top of the Colossus. Barely not. They cannot break through. Another High Templar's rallying in. Another storm. Storm sent to the Bible, nothing else. What are you talking about? We've had some crazy storms this game. What? Well, MJG is not watching the game. Yeah, the Academy is going to be going down. And Cure's being just split apart. CC falls as well. And again, Hero just waiting himself into the bases, catching reinforcements. Kiri cannot keep up, not anymore. Again, the storms have been too good. The Colossus, they survived. Building up to 3. 1 Colossus finally goes down. Ooh, Prism does siege. Will also fall as well. Overextending. Down to 1, down to 0 Colossus. But what about the Gateway Army? What about the Gateway Army here? As Hero does break through. Reinforcing with another Colossus. Does save it. And GG gets scored. GG gets scored. Another massive storm of the army. And Hero, he ties up the series. We are going to the ace match. GG. Whew. GG, well played. Hero, he does tie things up here. Again, a crazy aggressive game from both Hero and both Cure. We were working with very little units. It was a very low supply kind of mid game here. A lot of action, a lot of fighting, working with a handful of units like 5 High Templar here and there, 1 or 2 Colossus, barely any support. Likewise for Cure as well. And that could have gone either way. That could have gone either way. A world where that 1 Colossus didn't survive. If he got shut down, if he didn't escape with 1 HP, if we landed 1 more EMP, if the feedback didn't land on the Ghost either, like there was a lot of intensity, a lot of back and forth there. And Cure, he was barely broken. It's barely broken. Hero did overwhelm. GG. GG, well played. And with that, that's leading us into the ace match. Into game 5. Let's go. Going to be on the Old Republic. Oh, don't be a clown in the chat. Cuidado, papi, cuidado. As spawning in the bottom hand corner of the Old Republic, we have the South Korean Protoss player. We have the red Protoss representing T1. It is Hero. And spawning in the top right hand corner, we have his opponent. We have the South Korean Terran player. We have the blue Terran representing Team Liquid. It is Cure. Here we go. As we are getting into the ace match, the final game of the series, and we'll see how our players will adjust. Now, what's important here is that every game in this series, Cure has gone for a double gas opener. Without fail, game 1, 2, 3, and 4, we have gone for double gas openers. On some of the maps it made sense, on other maps it felt like Cure was being overly safe and overly cautious, but it did pay off in the end, especially early on in the series. Now that we get into the ace match, especially on a larger map, do we finally go economic? Do we go Rax Expand? Let's go. Let us go. Single gas opener and Rax Expand, economy start at a Cure for the first time this series. For the very first time. At the same time, we have Hero back at home going for a standard opener. There's no crazy gateway shenanigans. There's no crazy early probe scout either. It's going to be a bit of a later scout instead, a much more standard timing out of Hero. Now, welcome to the Old Republic. The Old Republic is a larger map of the map pool, larger map, longer rush distance by ground. One of the major features here is how exposed the 4th base is. The 4th base is more open, is more exposed. That typically does hinder, that does hurt the Terran player in a macro game, just because often the Protoss will gain map control, they'll take all these bases, and they will punish that 4th base time and time and time again. It can be difficult to build up here into a longer game. In saying that, though, it's been a really aggressive series. Like, we haven't really calmed down into a macro game. It hasn't really happened. Even in Game 3 on Winter Madness, which was the closest we got to a macro game, things popped off when Cure pushed across the map and got on top of the 3rd base and then forced the base trade. Like, even the most quote-unquote macro game that we've had this series has been hyper-aggressive. So, even though we have potential to slow the game down here, to calm down, build up on 4 bases, it just hasn't happened yet this series. Just hasn't happened. We'll see where our players take us this time. for now, Twilight Council. Twilight Council opener out of herO. There's just been a lot of aggression, a lot of intensity, a lot of early fights, a lot of early engagements. Cure heals force off center, he can lift, he can land, but this will delay the CC for Cure, so a small win here for herO early on. Oh, hello. Okay, so a couple of things here. For the first time this series, it's an economic start, and the follow-up here, that is a fast second Rax. Very fast second Rax, delayed starport. From here, we might even go for a third Rax as well, into a fast stim timing, into a heavy bio mid-game, into potentially a 2-base all-in. Eyes are on Cure. Yep, there it is, 3 Rax. So 3 Rax follow-up. Basically what's happening here is that Cure is delaying his starport, he's delaying medevac production, delaying drop play, delaying anything starport related for a heavy bio army and early stim. So again, there's the add-on swap to get to stim, to get into combat shields. This doesn't have to be an all-in, but this is very aggressive. And this can turn into an all-in by pulling the boys. You just pull the boys, you commit on 2 bases. I don't like the idea of going for a 2-base all-in specifically on the Old Republic. I do think that this map is working against you when it comes to that early game aggression, but we'll see. Regardless, it's going to be on herO to scout. herO back at home is going 2-gate, I believe. Yes, 2-gate blink into a third, so we have a greedy build out of herO. Hallucination moves out, and he has to get eyes on the production. The pressure's on herO. Moves out with Hallucination. Dips into the main. And he will confirm all 3 Raxes. He sees combat shields, he sees them, he knows. So herO's fully aware. Upon seeing this, the pressure is going to be on herO to be active on the map, to spot the move out, to slow down the push, to delay the push, to be able to buy enough time to build up back at home. Remember, herO doesn't really have much production. He only has 2 gateways. He chose to rush into a fast third base, so herO is being greedy, and Cure confirms the greed with the Marine Scout. So big scout there from Cure. Does scout the third, is aware. And we'll see what Cure can get done. Behind this, we have the starport, so it looks like we are building up into a longer game, but it's going to be a late third base for Cure, and again, a heavy bio setup. Stalkers they poke in. No safety bunker. So Stalkers they trade well. And again, we spoke about this. This is what herO needs to do. herO, he scouted the build. He saw how aggressive Cure wants to be. And before stim is done, we're picking up Marines. One after the other. Every Marine counts. That's 5 Marines going down. A very efficient trades here for herO. It's all about picking away at the army and weakening the force before it gets across the map. Oh. Gets another Marine. That's 6 Marine kills. It's almost a full medevac. Almost a full medevac worth of Marines. He wants another. Get 7. 7 Marines go down. Back at home, he's massing up his army. No charge yet. We should be seeing charge soon, though. Oh, as Marauders, they lead the charge this time, and herO, he has to respect it. Oh, he reinforces, though. Never mind. He wants the Marauders. Barely doesn't get it. Doesn't get the Marauder, but he gets low. 1 Stalker goes down. Finally, herO gets punished, at least somewhat. And there's Charge. Charge is now on the way. Charge is a little bit late, but is on the way. Gets another Marine. That's 8 Marines going down. Third CC is on the way. And that timing, that move out that Cure wanted to hit, he is missing it. Oh, he is missing it instead. He's now going for his drop. Here he reinforces with more Stalkers. That's a little bit scary. It means he has less to defend back at home, but he does get the Cyclone. Cyclone goes down. A very nice pickup. Here he's trying to be active. He's trying to send something across the map. Anyway, here he wants his Marauders. Oh. Doesn't quite get them. Here he's going to be rallying across the map. So again, he has that much less to defend back at home. He's got a shield battery. He does have a recall. He gets spotted. Okay, the drop gets spotted by the pylon. herO does react. Oh, losing a Stalker. Yeah, herO getting a little bit too excited, forcing a Warping back at home. herO getting caught out. Losing more Stalkers. Yeah, losing 3, 4, 5, 7. Oh my god, 7 Stalkers go down. Here he was distracted. We were distracted. Yeah, the drop did distract. Here he does slip up. That was a big catch from Cure, catching 7 Stalkers. That should not have happened. Here he is now losing map control. Oh. Gonna be zoned away. And Cure is back in this. Cure, he's back in this at this point. He's got a hefty army. The first Colossus still on the way. You see the pieces that are trying to bait out mine shots. The hallucinations, I mean. And that is an interesting 4th location, by the way. It's very isolated. It's very out in the open. Curie does spot it. Does rotate. Gets a pylon. Gets the other as well. With the other Colossus, though, here should be fine. Yeah, here he should be able to defend. Catching out Marines, Marauders, punishing Cure from overextending. That's what, 3, 4 Marauders going down. Ay, ay, ay. And here is not stopping. Yeah, here he doesn't want to stop. He doesn't want to stop. He wants to keep pushing. Widowmines do zone him back. As here is rallying across the map. The first Colossus has arrived. Remember what we said earlier, how we didn't really expect the players to just calm down and macro up into 4 bases? That's not happening. It's not happening, Pappy. We just keep committing. The first Colossus has made it. If here had a War Prism, he could reinforce and push into the bases. I guess that's one of the upsides here of this forward expansion, is faster reinforcements across the map. Slightly faster, without a proxy. As here he wants to push. Disruptor production has begun. Interesting. Going for the Disruptor already. Here peeling off some Zealots, heading into the mineral line. Only 2. Nothing major. And here, can he break through? It's only 1 Widowmine. There's not much splash damage. It's now up to 2 Colossus. Up against 4 Vikings. And nice spread, nice concave. Here he does have that army advantage. He's got so many Zealots. He's got 23 Zealots. More than there are Marines. More than Marauders. And here you can see he just wants to commit in. He wants to send it back. Oh, it does catch 4. Yeah, 4 Marauders get caught out. Nice catch. Disruptor has arrived. Nova goes up. Catching the Widowmine. Catching the mine. Yeah, Curie's struggling here in the defense. Bleeding out a lot of units. I like how he skipped the base and is going for bottom right. I don't know if that was intentional, but sure. As here he does mass expand, he has map control, containing Cure, forcing the boys to be pulled, losing more mining time. So Nova goes off, grazing the army. It's like, here, we don't need a ninja base. Sure, why not? Just like taking whatever he can. There's no good force fields. I mean, he caught out 4 Marauders. Like, the point is catching out the army so he can now trade. The point was locking down units, which he is. And here it can just keep reinforcing. And these Vikings, they're dead supply. There's no more Colossus. Yeah, Zealots get into the mineral line, breaking on through. Ooh, better Novas, better connections, and Curie's struggling. He's struggling to defend here. Again, he's barely mining from his 3rd. Barely back. Ninja base for the fans, for the aura. True. Oh, no. Oh, as we do need some more gateway units, though. Okay, this army is now becoming a little bit more fragile. Here, we got to reinforce. We got to warp in. As Zealots are coming. Here's making 4 he's he's on quadruple robot production. He's crazy. He's making 4 disruptors at a time. herO, calm down. This is going to be hurting you more than anything. If we have just Mass Disruptor, we need some support. He's crazy. Oh no. All the Novas, Pappy. I mean, they're connecting. Novas are popping off. Crashing into Cure. More Disruptors are on the way. Now going double Warp Prism. Why not? We got the robots for it. Just make everything. Why not, Pappy? Why not? He's got 11 Disruptors. It's 2022 all over again. Oh my god, but the lifts though. Jesus. Cure, calm down. The control. Does avoid the Novas. With the Vikings, I should say, but not with the Bio. As Cure's being zoned back. Now Cure, he has been slowly building up his army. He does have his third base now fully operational. I'm still not entirely sold here by Mass Disruptor. Like, he's getting value, but I'm just so concerned when Cure decides to commit in. We have 11. We're about to have 14 Disruptors, by the way. But have 14. He's lost his mind. Oh no. herO, calm down. We come in for the surround. Yeah, locking down the Disruptors. Novas are going up in a panic. A couple of them do connect, but the Disruptors are on their own. They're on their own. They're being focused down. That's what, 5 Disruptors falling. We get a couple of decent Novas. Oof. Novas are doing great to the army. But Cure breaks out. And again, building up into 15 Disruptors is not ideal. Like, you have nothing but Disruptors, Pappy. He's not stopping, by the way. He's still making 4 Disruptors at a time. He's not stopping. Oh no. One thing about the reason why Mass Disruptor is a shaky thing to achieve here is just because, like, once your Novas are being sent, you don't really have any support for the army. Disruptors themselves are quite fragile. They're vulnerable. They need that supportive army. They themselves are more of a supportive unit. So sinking so much supply into Disruptors, it's risky. It's very, very risky. At the same time, herO going for his counterattack. Peeling off into the third and the natural. Disruptors are exposed. Here we have 3 Novas going off. A decent connection towards the end. But they're on their own. The Disruptors, get out of here. No. Oh my god. Yeah, again, they're all on their own. At the same time, Zelsay did get into the main. 18 SCVs going down, and the Disruptors, do they survive? No shot. Oh, here we go. The Doom drop. Yeah, drops on the army, dives on in. Reinforcements have arrived. Disruptors, they survive. They survive, Pappy. He gets out of there. And behind this here is on 84 probes. What's really winning here in this game, the Zealot. The Zealot finally got cleaned up, but again, crippled the economy. An economy that was barely there. Curie's down to 40 SCVs. Getting a 4th base. herO is recomposing himself. He's recomposed. We're bringing 14 Zealots. Thankfully, here he stopped making Disruptors. At one point, he had 15. Now he's down to 7. Yeah, the Bio Army does come in from behind. Catching out the Colossus. We need those Zealots, though. Yeah, we need those Chargers. They come in, they support, they buffer. With that herO, he takes the fight. Yeah, just barely. He just cannot sustain these losses here. He needs another expansion. He needs another base. That's the main, by the way. The main is floating over. Trying to take his 5th. But GG gets called. GG gets called. Cure, he just runs out of steam, runs out of money, and herO, he will claim the series 3-2, becoming the WardiTV Monday number 73 champion. GG. Whew. GG, well played, herO. He does claim the series. Again, a very intense back and forth series here, going all the way to the ace match. We saw a lot of aggression throughout the entirety of this matchup, even this final game as well, where we did technically work towards 5 bases. Cure by no means was comfortable getting into a longer and later game. herO was hyper aggressive, hyper assertive at that 3rd base, knocking it down, forcing trades, forcing fights. Cure had a very hard time defending his 3rd. We saw the force fields, we saw the Novas, we saw the Zealots, and herO However, he got far enough ahead where he felt the need to go quadruple robo production. That was crazy. And it almost killed him, to be fair. Like, it was very, very shaky going into up to what, 15 disruptors. It was insane just how many disruptors herO was getting up to. Back in the day, this used to be more viable, if you remember. It was not uncommon before the supply nerf. If you remember, there was a nerf to the disruptor where they increased the supply, and the reason why they increased the supply was because we were unironically seeing 12 disruptors, but because they only took 2 supply each, it was 12 disruptors with like a Colossus, like gateway heavy composition, just bullying Terran players. This is also when the radius was larger and when the damage was greater as well. And we unironically would see, again, this was back in like 2022, 2023-ish era of StarCraft, like 12 plus disruptors in the late game, and you just have non-stop novas, and it got a little bit ridiculous. And that's what prompted the eventual disruptor nerf in regards to supply and the damage and the radius and all of that. Eventually did prompt that, yeah, it was very reminiscent. It was it was reminiscent. The downside, of course, is there was almost nothing but disruptor for a while there, and it was a little bit risky. It was scary. Got away with it. Survived with the disruptors. You had mass expansions anyway. GG. Este herO. The Protoss Swarm host, kind of. Yeah, there's some similarities, of course. There are definitely similarities in regards to like the Swarm host. When you send out a Locust Wave, it's vulnerable, right? It's like dead supply when the Locust Wave goes off. Similar with disruptors, when the Nova goes off, it's kind of dead supply and you're vulnerable. So you got to be careful with that sort of thing. Got to be careful. Disruptors Protoss unit got nerfed, right? Yeah. It was like a year ago at this point. It's been quite some time in regards to the supply nerf. So they couldn't amass up anywhere near as much as previously. But GG, well played. As herO, he does claim the series. Again, a very intense back and forth. Shout out to Cure, by the way. For those who maybe weren't here earlier, how did Cure get here? He beat MaxPax. He 2-0'd MaxPax in the semifinals. Cure had a very impressive showing, had a very aggressive showing against MaxPax. And even here, Cure was up 2-0. Like, he almost 3-0'd herO. Like, it was even that third game was looking shaky for herO, referring to the game on Winter Madness. Like, there's definitely a world where Cure could have won this series. It was very close, very clutch, very intense. herO, big shout out, pulls off the reverse sweep, winning 3 games in a row. Crazy. Crazy games, crazy matches. GG, well played. Congratulations to herO, and a shout out to Cure. And with that, we are wrapping up for the broadcast. Bearing in mind that Wardi, the WardiTV Monday for this week is just now actually going live. That's going to be WardiTV Monday 76. Again, we are catching up with previous WardiTV Mondays that we did miss out on. Bearing in mind that we no longer cast it live, at least for the time being. The reasoning for this is just because of daylight savings. Daylight savings hit Europe, and now it starts very, very late here in Australia. Previously, it would start at like 9 p.m. Now it starts at like 11 p.m. So it's very, very late. And it ends like at 4 a.m. in the morning or something like that. Like, it's brutal. So time-wise, ever since daylight savings, like WardiTV Mondays had a really rough time, at least here in Australia, so we don't cast it live anymore, but we do cast it via replays. We get the replays, we cast it, and we catch up via replays instead. Otherwise, thanks for watching. Thanks so much for the support. We do appreciate it. Stick around. We're going to be giving another StarCraft streamer a raid. We'll find someone to send everyone over to. Let's go. I know Wardi's just going live with his WardiTV Monday. Meanwhile, who else is live? I don't see many people. I see Cosset is live. Cosset. Star Knight is live as well. We'll give Wardi some love. We'll give him some love, give him some support. Otherwise, thanks for watching. Thanks for watching. He's clearly lost his marbles. Cure's the one who has to find them. True. True. He was crazy. Also, very quickly, if you want to support us, another way you can do so via Patreon, !Patreon in the chat. Our Patreon does fund our tournaments on a regular basis, so you can help us out when it comes to Sparkling Tuna Cup, Sea Duckling Open, and Master Swan Open as well. You can see our weekly schedule just on my left here. We have a full week of Little League Cup. We're catching up with Little League Cup at Group Stage, at Group C, D, and the playoffs back to back. You can see that we have another WardiTV Monday broadcast on Wednesday. That's again another replay cast to catch up on those previous weeks that we missed out on. And of course, we have the Pond Funcast on Thursday, and our weekly Open Cup on Sunday. Our version of WardiTV Monday is the Sparkling Tuna Cup. And again, you can support us and help us grow those tournaments via Patreon if you wish. You can help us out via Patreon. Otherwise, thanks for watching. Thank you so much for watching. Thanks so much for the support. We do appreciate it. And we'll see you guys next time. If you want to support us another way, if you maybe see something that you want to see here, and if you can't watch it live, then YouTube is the place to be. !socials, !YouTube. We do upload to YouTube on a daily basis. There's plenty of content over on YouTube, so you can check it out there if you wish. Otherwise, we also stream there, right? We stream on YouTube, we stream here on Twitch, we stream on Kick, we stream on Facebook. So depending on your preferred platform, you can watch us live. Otherwise, VODs on YouTube on a daily basis. I'm firmly convinced that the only person capable of defeating herO is himself. Man is a mad genius in true Protoss fashion. True. I mean, you could definitely make an argument that, I mean, we said this at the beginning of the broadcast or the beginning of the series, how herO is very chaotic and he does like to experiment and he's very flexible with his builds. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, right? Like it, and I feel like we kind of saw that in this series as well when it came to the first couple of games where herO, he went for the proxy 2 gates, he went for the 2-gate opener as well, and the early game was just really rough for herO those first couple of games. But regardless, with that, thanks for watching. Thanks so much for the support, and we'll see you guys tomorrow. Tomorrow we're going to be live with Little League Cup. That's going to be in around 12 hours. 12 hours time, Little League Cup Group C is going to be here on the channel. Otherwise, see you then. Ciao, baby, ciao. See you next time. Hasta luego.